Miami is one of those cities that if you've never been there, it's a city you dream about visiting. The city's absolutely electric. Yeah, I mean, it started off, it should have been an easy trip down, but we got away late, as usual. By the time we loaded the boat and threw all the gear in and got away, and bad weather usually sets in about mid-afternoon, and we knew we were fighting the weather and want to get away early, and we didn't. We find this random banana in the boat. I don't know how it got on board.
Bad luck. Oh.
I think that's where things went sideways, really. Finding the banana was like the first sign that this was going to be a brutal trip down. This storm rolled in and we got absolutely smoked.
Lightning straight ahead.
The weather hit us so hard and so fast and got soaked, and then we slowly froze by the time we got to Fort Lauderdale. We get into Fort Lauderdale and obviously we're cold, we're wet, and Fort Lauderdale's been a really good stopping point on the way to Miami. You know, it's really 2.5 hours by boat south of here. You can run straight up in the middle of the city, dock up and walk straight on Las Olas, which has incredible food and restaurants and quite a nightlife as well. While we were there, we seen Scott Wood and Mary Kate, who live there in Fort Lauderdale, and Scott's one of the amazing designers in our industry. He's been part of so many different marine companies over the years. Getting to tour the plant was a big moment for us, getting to walk in there and see really the size of these molds, the size of the boats, and all the engineering and design that Invincible puts into the hulls. They've really revolutionized the Cat hull in the offshore space. While we were there, they pulled the first 33, which is a really popular new model they have out right now. And we got to touch on the showroom, meet Ben Dorton, who's now VP of sales around there and international sales. And it was a really impactful moment for us, first of all, running and experiencing the boat, the Cat hull, for a few months so that we ran it, and then obviously touching the tour and the plant and seeing it all come together. One of the crazy things is you're running offshore along Miami Beach and you're looking at these iconic hotels that are on the west side of you, like the Fontainebleau and all the famous people over the years that have stayed there. There's so many eclectic figures that have been there, from old school gangsters starting in 1927 with Al Capone wintering in South Beach, and Versace buying a mansion right on Ocean Drive. We pulled into Stiltsville, which was founded, I think it was around 1930, 1937, by a guy named Crawfish Eddie Walker.
These people have built houses out here on this sandbar, these little islands that are out here.
It was said that in the Prohibition days they used Stiltsville, you know, to gamble and move liquor around the Keys and as a gateway into Miami. So again, that history hits you, where these things started and how they impact that area. I don't care where you're from, South Beach is going to blow your mind. When you see South Beach and you walk by the Versace mansion, and across the street you've got these guys working out on the beach on the bars and cranking weight.
13,000 pounds?
13,000 pounds, baby. We move kilos out here, man.
It's like the best gym I've ever been to. Membership's free. It's topless for the most part. They're vibing out here, man.
It is the craziest scene you're going to see. People come there from all over the world, you know, check out the restaurants and the vibe and the scene.
The Miami Vice in Miami, in South Beach, doesn't get any better than that. And I get to keep the cup.
South Beach is just South Beach. Let it roll. So one of my goals when we went down to Miami was getting together with Henrik and Kim, Miami Nautiques. They're these amazing people that started a dealership right in the middle of the art district downtown Miami. So I just had to see their shop. I've known them for years. And what's really special is Jimmy LaRich, who was a professional wakeboarder and a Roswell athlete for so many years, he's down there now, transitioned into working with Miami Nautiques. So it was a really big deal for us to be able to go in and see where he's at now and hear a little bit more about Henrik and Kim's story, which is really incredible. Neither one of them were born in Miami, and then now to be running this iconic dealership right in the art district, it's really special.
We're on the corner of 2nd and 23rd in Wynwood. This is a world-famous district now. Artists come from all over the world and centered right here in Wynwood, Miami. Street art. It's cool.
We can't be down in Miami with Jimmy LaRich without actually testing him and seeing if he could still ride. So Jimmy was gracious enough to take us out on the water and show us where he rides right off the bridge here and right downtown Miami. I mean, the crazy thing when you're boating in Miami is that the experience feels like it consumes you. It doesn't matter how big the boat is, if it's a 37-foot Cat like we have, or you're in a 80-foot yacht. It's just like a crazy feeling as this city and the energy just is really all around you.
Got the Miami skyline in the background. Got the boys, great crew, sunset. That's what it's all about.
When we think about doing the Roswell experience in Miami, it's such an iconic city, and the big piece, the draw for us at Roswell is it's a water city. I mean, it's somewhere that we can go by boat and we can experience it offshore, we can experience it in the bay, and we can experience restaurants and food and energy. And I'll tell you what, Miami did not disappoint. It's a city that'll just kind of touch you and grab a piece of your soul. So that's what made it special for us, and that's why we wanted to do it.